All right, y'all, let's talk about the OnePlus 12. Now, this is going to be my full review for this device. Now, keep in mind when it comes to the settings, I'll get into that in a separate video, just so the video won't be over an hour. So I'm just going to talk about the things that I like and the things that I don't like, and I'll do a separate video for the settings. All right, first thing I want to say, this device is incredible. I love this device, okay? I highly recommend this device. I really do. But the first things that I like, let me talk about those things first, is the price. I mean, man, for what you're getting, you can't beat the price of this device. Now, the prices that I'm going to give you are going to be from this website called GizTop, okay? If you want to get it from there. Now, for those of you that rather get it from Amazon, keep in mind you're going to pay $100 more. Okay, $100 more. Now, if you get it from GizTop, you're going to pay $100 less and maybe about $28 for shipping, which is still not bad. It's still less than Amazon. All right, let's get into this. Now, for $699, you're going to get 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. Okay, that's the lowest variant. Now, for $749, now this price actually has gone down $50, since I've purchased it. It was $799. Now it's $749. So basically $750 for 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage. Think about that price. Think about that price and think about the price of these other devices that are $1,300 or more. Now, for $850 or $849, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. I'm going to say that again because you may think that I'm tripping or I'm crazy. No, let me say it again. For $849, you're going to get 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Now, y'all go and look up how much a S24 Ultra would cost for 16 gigs of RAM, which I don't even think they do, and 1 terabyte of storage, and get back to me. Now, for $1,000, still well undercutting the S24 Ultra. For $1,000, you get 24 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of internal storage. Okay, the prices on this device are ridiculously excellent. seriously. Now, I know everybody can't afford to just go out and buy a phone outright like that. Luckily I'm able to, but everybody can't do that. And it's unfortunate that you can't get through this, can't get this device through your carrier. That's unfortunate. I hope somehow OnePlus can fix that. That's what I've been told. You can't get it through a carrier, and you can get it at eBay, but make payments that way if you want to do it that way, if you can't afford to get it all at once. But keep in mind, if you get it from GizTop, that's the place you're going to get it for the cheapest. So if you need to save up your money, save up, because I'm going to tell you, this is worth it. It's definitely worth it. Now, also, when it comes to this device, now I got this from GizTop. If you get it from them, you're going to get the Flash Global ROM. Okay. So it's going to already have Google services pre-installed. So you're going to get your Google feed and all of that. All the Google services are included. You're not going to get any Chinese language on this device. There is none on here. Okay. Once I put it for English, all I get is English, no Chinese at all. All right. Now, once again, these prices are available at giztop.com. If you want to get it from Amazon, you're going to pay $100 more. All right. Next thing that I like is the presentation. Now, I've already did, an unboxing and first impressions on this. Like I said, the box itself is premium. It feels like velvet. It has a velvet touch to it. I love the color. And inside of it, you get a case, a pre-installed screen protector, and a 100-watt power brick. I'll say it again. You get a case, a pre-installed screen protector. Of course, you get the cable and you get 100-watt power break. Now in the US, you get you get an 80-watt power break and no case. So if you get it from GizTop, you're going to get the higher wattage charger, and also you're going to get the case. So keep that in mind. So I love the presentation on this device. It's something that you don't get with Google. You don't get with nothing. You don't get with Apple, Samsung, Sony. You don't get nothing. So if you want to actually get value for your money, you're going to have to get something other than something from them companies. But that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. If you prefer those other manufacturers, then go with them. But for me, I'm about value. So if I want value, I'm going to go elsewhere and get something that I'm going to get value for. That's just me. Next thing, the design. Boy, do I love this design. Like I said before in a video just recently, this is my favorite designed device. I just love these cameras. Though, I just love this whole circular design. Some people say it looked like a watch. Okay, I guess. I never got that in my head where it looked like a watch, but I just love this design. I just love this. This is the best design OnePlus device I've ever used. You got, it's just this aluminum frame. It's just well built, but the design, I absolutely love it. I really do. Next, build quality. You got Gorilla Glass Victus 2 with an aluminum frame. I'm telling you right now, the build quality on this device is excellent. You're going to love the way it feels in the hand. Now, of course, I'm using a case because when I use phones without cases, I always drop them. And I don't want to drop this phone again on camera like I've done in the past. So I'm going to keep it in the case, and I'll put a link for this case down in the description. But I love the build quality. This is definitely going to be comfortable in your hand because, the edges on the corners around it, it's super comfortable. If you have dry hands, it's going to be slippery. If you have moist hands, sometimes my hands are moist, sometimes they're dry, you'll be able to grip the phone a little bit better. But I suggest a case because at the end of the day, you just don't want to drop this phone. It's too nice and you don't want to drop it. Next, the button placement. I love the button placement because for the first time, there are no buttons on the left side. The only thing that's on the left is the alert slider. So everything is on the right. Now, with OnePlus, they always put the volume rockers on the left. But now, finally, they put everything on the right, which I prefer. Now, everybody's not going to like that because there are lefties out there, and there's people that's probably lefties thinking they're getting hate. No, it's just majority of people are right-handed, unfortunately. But I just love that. Now, I wish the power button was just a tad bit lower. I got short fingers, so what can I say? I don't have long fingers, so I wish it was just a tad bit shorter. But still, at the end of the day, I like the fact that they're all on the right side. So the button placement I really like a lot, as opposed to something like Google, which puts the power button above the volume rockers, which I absolutely hate. Next, the alert slider. Now, keep in mind, the alert slider is something that was not on the OnePlus 11. They removed it. Now, I don't know why they did that. That didn't really make any sense to me, but they removed it. So I'm glad that they actually put that back on the OnePlus 12. Next, the IR blaster. So you got a universal remote control built into this device. I absolutely love that. That is also something that was missing from the OnePlus 11. Next, you got the always on display. I like it. It's pretty bright, vivid. It is customizable, which is a good thing. But I just wish that the icons for the notifications, you could see them in an actual color. I just wish it was more like Samsung. But I do like the always on display. It's really nice, and it is customizable, unlike Google. Next, the biometrics. Now, the biometrics on this device are excellent. No problem whatsoever. When you hit that fingerprint sensor, no problem with the face unlock. It sees my face real easily. I'm behind the camera, with the mic also obstructing my view, and this thing pops open like like nobody's business. I'm telling you, the biometrics on here are just perfect. Next, the display. 6.82-inch Quad HD Plus LTPO AMOLED display with Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, 1600 nits, sustained brightness, not peak brightness, sustained brightness, 4,500 nits peak brightness. So if you go outside and you're using auto brightness, which I don't use, you're going to get 4,500 nits. Now, how long it stays that bright, I don't know. I'm never going to see that because I don't use auto brightness. But if you use auto brightness, you're going to be fine seeing this outside in the sun. Also, you get that 120 hertz refresh rate and a pixel density of 510. So just from them numbers alone, you know that this display is one of the best displays on the market. No question about it. Now they're right up there with Samsung. Now I don't know what the display of the Samsung S24 look like. I don't know because I don't have that, but I think this will definitely rival that phone. No question about it. It definitely rivals the S23 Ultra, which I had, which I'll probably get in the future because I had a bad performance issue with the one that I had. But just to say again, the display is excellent. Now check out this display. Let me turn the volume down because I don't want to get any, I just want you to see what it looks like, when you play a movie. I'll put the volume up because they're not talking on this part. Oh, so you can see and hear that these speakers are great. And I didn't even get to the speakers yet, but just the viewing experience is going to be awesome for you. And you can, with image sharpening in the settings, you can make the picture look even better. And of course, I'll go through all that when I do a video on the settings. So I absolutely love this display. Next, performance. Now you're using the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 chipset and Oxygen OS 14. So let me tell you something. This is one of by far the most buttery smooth, silky smooth performances on a phone I've ever used. And like I said, I got a lot of phones. So when it comes to the performance is just it's butter. Look, I don't know what else to say. It's speed. It's very, very fast, and it's very, very smooth. I mean, I just love it when I could just pop just in and out of apps so quickly. Like this is the only one that's kind of delayed is my banking app, but everything else is super fast and super smooth. No problem. I forgot to log in on Instagram because I'm not really on Instagram like that. But you can see everything else pop and open really quick. Some of these I got set, to open. Some of them I don't. But look, when it comes to performance, this device is excellent when it comes to performance. You will absolutely love the performance on this device. No stutters. Everything is instantaneous. Everything is smooth. Love that. Next, the battery life. You got a 5,400 milliamp hour battery. The standby time on this device is outstanding, and the actual battery performance is outstanding. Now, let me prove it to you. Let me go into photos because I took photo shots of this stuff because I really want you to see it. 1% left, right? Usage. 1 day, 14 hours. Now, to me, that's 2 days. For me, that's 2 days. Look at the screen on time. 10 hours and 54 minutes. So almost 11 hours of screen on time in 2 days. See again, 1%. One day, 15 hours. 10 hours and 58 minutes, almost 11 hours of screen on time. Now I want you to check this out. See that says 100% can last about a day and 23 hours. That's basically 2 days. Used since last charge, 9 hours and 43 minutes. Now, it's at 100%. I was using this battery for almost 10 hours and it was still at 100%. I mean, the standby time is incredible. I only used the screen for 3 minutes, but think about that. Basically, this phone does not use any battery when you don't use it. Okay, it's incredible. 100% battery again. 10 hours and 4 minutes, still at 100%. 4 minutes screen on time. Look, all I can say, the battery life on this thing is ridiculous. 2 full days here, 7 hours and 20 minutes screen on time. The battery life on this device is incredible. Let's talk about battery charging speeds. So you got 100 watts super fast wired charging. Literally, I tested this. You can go from 5% battery to 100% in 28 minutes. When it comes to the 50 watt super fast wireless charging, you can go from 5% to 100% in 55 minutes. And 10 watt reverse wireless charging, all faster than your Samsung devices. Now, I know some people don't care about their phone. Their phone charging fast because they're worried about battery degradation. Listen, I got older OnePlus devices that have very fast charging speeds. I have no battery degradation. Of course, I probably have some, but not to the point where I'm still not getting great battery life. I got older phones, Mi 11 Ultra, that I've had for a couple of years now, and I'm still getting a day and a half. And those phones charge super fast as well. 67 watt wireless and wired charging. I'm still getting the same battery life. So that battery degradation is over. It's something that's just ridiculous because even when I'm charging this either wirelessly or wired, this phone doesn't even get warm. Or if it does, it barely gets warm. Like, it doesn't even get hot. Like, they got cooling things set up in here where this phone stays relatively cool. So that battery degradation is all caps. Seriously. I mean, OnePlus knows how to optimize their software so you can get great battery life, whether you use the fast charger or not. And there's a setting in here where you could use smart charging. So you can have it where it can charge slower if you want. If you're concerned about battery degradation, you could slow down the charging if you like charging your device overnight. For me, I charge this phone in the morning before I go to work. Why? Because it don't take that long. Okay. And also, I'm charging this phone every 2 days. So I'm not even, when you get battery life that could last you 2 full days, you're not even charging the device that often. Like, I've charged this device 3 times this week, as opposed to my Samsung device, which I got to charge every single day. So the battery life on this device is phenomenal. Next, let's talk about the dual stereo speakers. They're great. You also get that spatial stereo sound. But let me let you listen to some more of the speakers and you can judge for yourself. Now, did I lose that? What I had? I think what I had. Okay, here it is. So you can hear for yourself, the speakers on this device are great. Now, I do think, and I'm just going to be honest, I do think the speakers on the S23 Ultra are a little better. Now, this has deeper bass than the S23, but just for loudness and just, I don't know, I think the sound is a little more evened out all the way around with the S23 with the highs, mids, and the bass. But this has a little bit more bass, but those speakers actually got a little louder. But these speakers are great, honestly. Next, haptics. When it comes to the haptics, when I'm typing, the haptics on here are excellent. I love it. I love the way they feel. Next, Oxygen OS, highly customizable. Like I said, when I do another video, I'll get into all the settings. I love Oxygen OS, and you do have a choice. So if you get it from GitStop, you can either get Oxygen OS or Color OS. So you do have an option. Next, I like the software updates. You're getting 4 years of software updates and 5 years of security updates. So you're going to get all the way up to Android 18. Next, the cameras. Now, I'm not going to get into all the specs of the camera. I already did that in my first impressions video. But these cameras are very, very good. Now, it's weird because to me, and I'm just going to be honest, I, in my opinion, the cameras on the OnePlus 11 are actually a little bit better than these. I don't know why that is. I don't know how that's possible, but I like the cameras on the OnePlus 11 a little bit better. Now, if you want to, y'all can take a look at that video, my full review on the OnePlus 11, and then check out the photos and video on this, and y'all tell me what y'all think. But check out these photos and videos, and you tell me what you think down in the comment section. All right, so now let's get into the things that I don't like. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have very, very few things that I don't like about this device. I mean, seriously, the things that I got listed here are all nitpicking. I mean, seriously, they're not like dislikes like, I have on other devices. This is just really nitpicking, honestly. First thing, no IP68 or IP67 rating, just IP65, which is just splash proof. Now, I will say this, and I forgot to mention this when I did my first impressions when I gave the specs, is that it does have some kind of aqua something that has to do with if you get, like, if you outside in the rain and it starts raining and your whole screen gets, a lot of water on it, you can still use the phone in a, like you normally use. It doesn't act crazy like other phones where you basically can't use the display. Some kind of aqua thing, I forgot what you call it, where you could basically still use the phone like you always use it, even if the screen is wet. I do like that. But an IP67 rating would have been nice. Even if OnePlus didn't want to do IP68, they should at least gave us IP67. But at the same time, based on how much, based on the price that you're paying for this, you really can't really say much. I mean, the prices for this device, what you're getting, is like almost you can't hardly be mad at anything or really have a complaint about anything, to be honest with you. So that's not the biggest deal, but I just wish it was had 67 where you could at least submerge the device. Next, no headphones in the box. Now, I know most companies are not doing it. There are a few that actually do. That's nitpicking because over here you're not getting nothing in the box. Like from Samsung and Google and Apple and nothing and Sony, you're not getting nothing in the box. So that's just nitpicking. Next, the notification icons on the always on display, I wish they displayed in color. And that's something I really wish could happen. I know that's software, that's something they could change. But like I said, once again, I'm just nitpicking. I'm just spoiled by the color icons on the Samsung devices. Next, number 4, the cameras need a little bit improvement because in my opinion, now they're good. I think there are a lot of shots that y'all probably saw that are really good, very detailed. But for some reason with the OnePlus 11, pretty much every shot that I took was just perfect, just bright, vivid, sharp, detailed. Some of the shots I took on this, they weren't all detailed. Now, I did like the night shots. They could just been a little bit better, a little more detailed, but I don't know. I just like the cameras on the OnePlus 11 a little better. And also, I think the speakers on the OnePlus 11 were a little louder. I know it's weird, but that's just my experience. That's what I remember. So the cameras can use a little improvement. I'm sure they can do that through software. And the last thing, notifications could be a little smaller. When I get notifications on here, they come up pretty huge. Like the size you're seeing here right now. That's how they pop up on my screen, like really, really big. And I don't really like that all that much. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm nitpicking because Samsung, they have theirs is like a little strip, little bubble, real small. But I don't know. And I wish there was some kind of way, maybe somebody can tell me when I'm watching videos and stuff. I don't like to get notifications because that annoys me. When they pop up when I'm watching content, I don't want to see notifications. I really don't. If there's a way that I could do that, somebody tell me down in the comments. But overall, listen, I absolutely love this device. I highly recommend it to anybody. Think about that price. Think about everything you're getting. Maybe there's some things I did not mention, but I mentioned all the things that are important to me. Okay. This is just my opinion. Some things you're going to agree with, some things you're not going to agree with. That's fine. But if I've said something that helps somebody, that's all that matters to me. I was able to help somebody make a decision when it comes to a smartphone. But I love this phone. It's definitely worth it. My favorite things I love about it is the presentation, the design, the performance, the battery life, the speakers. Like those are the things about this thing I love, and the battery charging speeds. Love them. I mean, this phone is by far one of my favorite phones, and it's definitely right up there in the top 3 when it comes to my favorite smartphones. Definitely. No question about it. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.